I have the opportunity to welcome you all back from lunch, and we're going to start our afternoon presentations today. I've been given the opportunity to introduce our next presenter, who has been with emergency management or in the field for the last 20 years. She's also been a member and the president of the Utah Emergency Management Association. She was deployed through EMAC twice to New York, and most recently she just returned back from Puerto Rico. She was the first. She also helped start the first Millwood County CERT program, which is a tremendous attribute, and also served as the emergency manager for Eagle Mountain City. It is my honor to introduce Ms. Sheila Curtis.
Speech. Yeah, it's a Sheila Curtis Day. All right, so in your handouts or in your books, you should have received a paper like this. Can everybody find it? Get one out. I want you to read along because I don't want to read it all by myself. Maybe I'll pick on somebody to read a paragraph or two. Not really. Find it? So what I'd like to do, so DEM has come up with a program. If you hopefully should know what an IMAT team is. It's an incident management team. So that's kind of what we've developed here. But instead of calling it a management team, because we don't want to come and take over your program, we just want to help you, because we know there's some of your shops out there are onesies and twosies, and you don't have a whole planning team and an operations and logistics and mitigation and all that good stuff. So we've kind of put this program together, and so we want to kind of introduce it today. Basically, I just kind of want to read the mission part of it, though. So the mission of an Emergency Operations Center Incident Support Team is to deploy an experienced, cohesive team or individuals to an incident to support a prompt, effective, and coordinated response in support of state agencies, tribes, and local jurisdictions. The team deployed will be appropriate to the size, scope, and complexity of the situation. So we can deploy a one person, or two persons, or three, or a whole team. And we want you to know that once those people are out there, that they have been vetted, that we know they're trained, they know their stuff. We're not just going to send you Fred and Mary and yeah, they've written one plan and they'll be okay. So we as an agency will vet them, make sure that they have the credentials that we are telling you that they have. So we can, besides large events like the Box Elder flooding, we can do exercises or drills, anything that you want one of us to come out and help you with. If it's an exercise or drill or functional or anything like that, that helps us to kind of get to know your agency, and also it helps you to kind of know what's out there and what's offered. So we have, if you go down to almost the last paragraph, second to the last, it kind of gives you a list. So we have an IST lead. So that would, the only time the lead actually would come out is if we send the whole team. So, or at least 3 or more, 4. That way they kind of help coordinate the efforts. It's a one go-to person. If you have problems with one of the team, you go to them and they'll help solve that issue. So operations, planning, logistics, liaisons, and that's on top of the LNO that you already have. So each region has an LNO and they will be there. But if it's too overwhelming or the scope of the event is so big, that we'll send another liaison in there to help with that. Finance, GIS, PIO, Web EOC, communications officer, which is like the radio, the ham radio operators, a safety officer, and recovery. So it's all from our division. We're not pulling it from other state agencies, maybe in the future, but right now it's just DEM employees, and we'll send them out. There's no cost to the jurisdiction. It's just to help us and help you to get through that event or problem. Questions, concerns? So we're going to have, hopefully in the future, soon, we'll have like a form of who you want and kind of what you're looking at. There's a question. Does somebody have microphones? Okay, wait a minute, we're gonna get a microphone. Gonna take this one? Stand up, be loud.
Sheila, are those individuals, I say, flexible enough to work in non-traditional ELC models? You know, this is a set. This looks like an ICS model. Those who don't use an ICS model, are they willing to, or are they able to step into those types of models and work within those models also?
Yes, yeah, because, so at our level, we are semi-quasi, I won't quote what Bob says, ICS, but because we're not really, you guys are more than we are, so we are flexible. You know, we're here to help you. So you tell us what you want, how you want it. We're not gonna come in there and say, hey, this is, you know, I write plans this way, I do logistics this way. If they do, then, you know, let us know and we'll remove them. But we're there to help you. You know, you'd say, okay, it's a one-room classroom and maybe it's a closet. And here you go, and maybe it's, you know, outside or something. So, yeah, flexible, definitely. Okay, any other questions? Oops, and back.
Do you have any type of duration commitments that you'll be with as a support team to an incident? I can't imagine the DEM being empty staff for too long, but that's just my question.
Right now, we don't. I mean, you know, it's all in circumstances. If it's a big major event, it may be shorter because we've also got to take care of business. You know, if it's smaller, like the Box Elder flooding or flooding in St. George, we'll stand up our EOC, but it's more just to monitor, so we'll have the manpower. So I think, again, that's a flexible thing. Hopefully, we can keep somebody there as long as you need them. We may have to rotate out. But yeah, we'll just look at that circumstance. But we're not going to say, oh, you only get us for one day and we're done. We'll try and work and accommodate. Any other questions? Good questions. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much.